early.
Opinions or what?
Yeah, okay, sorry. We got to start off. I don't even think any of y'all heard that. We was on mute. Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it again. We
Let's start it all over for you guys. All right. Well, nobody
Early.
told us in the comments they couldn't hear us either.
Yeah.
We got a couple people in here. Nobody said they couldn't hear us or
Alright.
nothing.
That's kind of cool. Y'all
gotta let us know, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Brooke asked me how my week has been. I was saying I've been productive and unproductive at the same time. Fucking the election's been going on this week, so everybody's been, you know what I'm saying, focusing on that for sure.
Right.
But in addition to that, I got some things. So like, yeah, okay.
The backtrack.
Yeah, my mind was all obviously my mind was there. You know what I'm saying? But still got some things done this week as far as shooting. We shot the Living Single on Monday. Which I was saying is like it's becoming it's becoming a fun thing, man. Like people really fuck with it. It's fun to do. Now we got people coming in the studio and kicking it with us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out my boy Kevin Porter.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So all y'all went to the same school. It's so funny, man. All y'all went to the same school. So like it's funny when y'all see each other. Yeah.
It's cool that y'all like connected.
Yeah, facts. So he came through. Yeah, so it's been really cool. It's been a really good time with that. I was sitting here thinking, bro, like it's wild. Like the nigga's really producing 3 live shows a week.
Yeah, bro,
like you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, you doing that?
I'm doing it. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's happening, bro. But for real, like it's crazy because and the thing is like
perspective like that. Just take a step back, like I'm doing what the fuck I said I wanted. I am doing it, so it might not feel like glamorous or anything, but like. Because I'm in it.
Yeah, it's definitely not glamorous at all. It's like, but it's really only cool in the sense of like, yeah, like this is what I wanted to do. I'm doing it, and you know what I'm saying. Now it's in a standpoint of like how to make it better, how to make it more effective, how to make it, you know what I'm saying, just better.
I feel like it's rewarding in the sense that you just realize how much more you're capable of. So it's kind of like, damn, like. I'm doing this, but I still see all of the little kinks that I got to work out. And at the same time, too, maybe even have new ideas for it. And maybe not even necessarily for what you got going on, but it might even spout another new idea. Like, damn, I'm doing this shit.
Oh, no, yeah.
Now I got to kind of like pivot over. So it's kind of like never ending, but it's a tough ass wave, a little energy to get into. It's tough. These are like good problems. Like, damn.
Yeah. Now that's big facts. And to the point of like, thinking about how it applies to other things, it's that's all I think about. Like literally now I'm in a mindset of like I be wanting to do like everything, like everything that I'm capable of doing. I want to do it all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I'm saying like, okay, now I'm trying to figure out how to make it work, because like now I still want to do other things. Like I still want to do like the scripts. I still want to do like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still into doing business stuff. Like there's still other things that I want to do. Sometimes when I want to make clothes, and then when I make clothes, I gotta like put together a shoot for it and like all, you know what I'm saying? So there's like all kinds of things that I want to do now that I'm like in the live show groove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like this is cool because this, as far as the content goes, it's not easier, but it's like more of a regular way of making content and getting people to watch your content, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So like in that regard, I'm like, okay, it's lit, but I still got the hunger to like do scripted stuff and like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So
100,000%. I mean, it just goes back to what you said. It's like, it's all towards the same end game at the same time, but it's like there's many different games within that, like, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm doing my production shit, and shit, bro, you've been doing a really great job in terms of pivoting.
Yeah, I appreciate that
and making sure everything works.
Yeah, yeah. There's no rhyme of reason to it. There really is no rhyme of reason to it, bro. It's literally just like I feel like doing this, and then like even this show, bro. Like I didn't think we would be doing it right now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of like I remember one day you hit me. It was like I'm ready to do that podcast we've been talking about, and I was like, shit, let's just get started. You know what I'm saying? Like because like I like you know what I'm saying. In my head, I was like, well. This is our third one. You know what I'm saying? But even in my head, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this after the fantasy's over. You know what I'm saying? But like now, but literally you just happened to hit me up in a time where I was like, should we start? Should we start? And then you hit me up and I was like, okay, well, that's the sign. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro, because it's like I always tell a lot of people around myself, and like a lot of people that actually know me, I always like to talk my shit or rap, or just like there's so many things in the world that are just ongoing, and like my own thoughts and opinions about things. So always talking about them. And I always feel like, definitely any conversation that we have is super substantial, but just in general, I'll be like, damn, bro, I wish we recorded these convos. I wish somebody could like tune into this shit.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, nah. What the fuck am I wishing for? Like you
can make it happen.
We're the individuals that actually have the resources to make whatever it is that's in our mind like come to fruition. So I was like, no, what is it that I'm actually waiting for? So then I was like, nah, bro, now's the time, because sometimes platforms are not necessarily the most appropriate, or they won't be the most impactful for what it is you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, like IG, like I'll talk my shit on the IG story, go on my little rants and shit like that.
Yeah.
But after 24 hours, boom, it's gone.
It's gone.
You had to see it. You had to tune in.
You had to see it. You had to see. You had to catch it when it was there. Yeah.
Or like even tweets, you know what I'm saying? Like how many tweets get lost in the sauce, and then after a while, I'm like, what the fuck am I tweeting? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, man, you might see one out of like the 4 that it was linked to, or some shit,
bro. Like
and then even when you see it, is like you might see one from 20 minutes ago, you might see one from the next hour, like
bro, and we understand attention spans and shit of that nature. So I was like, you know what, let me just be on a consistent basis where we can just talk about whatever it is that we find of interest to ourselves, because I'm pretty confident that other people will find it interesting. So that's why I was like, yo, this is a great fucking medium for us to just get into our shit, and then from here, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. 100%. I think every week we get better. Every week is an opportunity to get better. So yeah, I'm a big believer in that. How about you? What about you though? How was your week?
This week, same thing like yourself, and like got some edits done out the way, finished the music videos that I had mentioned last week. My boy KP Cannon's working on some commercials for, well, not commercials, a commercial for a small business. Shout out Little Cakes and Creamery. Other than that, what else have I been doing? Bought some more plants. Buying more plants, bro. It's crazy. Been propagating, and basically that's like the process in which you get a cutting of a plant, like a little top cutting of a plant, and now it's unrooted. So you have to actually root the plant. You can't really. Well, you could put it in soil, but depending on the type of gene of the plant, sometimes you actually have to root it. So I'll do water propagation, leave it in water, and then they've been rooting. So I've been happy to be able to repot some plants and pot some joints for the first time. Produce looking nice. You know what I'm saying? The produce in the backyard looking nice. Been tending to that. I'm not gonna lie.
How much time would you say you spend a day
like
tending to your plants?
Man, it's kind of it. it kind of goes within the flow of my day. So it's not like me actually setting aside a time. Like it's kind of like boom, off the wake up.
But
right?
but even then, like if you thought about it, like how much time would you say you? Because like there's time, because like I got a few plants around here, and usually I'll take you. It's kind of the same way. Like if I just remember, I'll do it. But that's like, maybe 30 minutes out of every week and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, I'm curious to know, like, someone who's like in it and has way more plans than me. Like, how long are you spending on your plans?
Realistically, to this point, if I just put it on average in terms of like the time I'm spending just tending to the joints, like on average, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but to me, it's kind of like a lot just to be focus on these joints, like like 10-15 minutes a day.
Okay,
it's 10-15 minutes a day, like off some daily. Now obviously there'll be more days if I gotta do a repot, or if I gotta whatever it is, you know what I'm saying. If I'm really tended to the play, of course it could be more, but like how I'll do it is I'll wake up, you know what I'm saying, while I'm doing my morning routines, like open some blinds, check all them joints. And what I mean by check all them joints, I mean like check the soil thoroughly, because some plants more than others are prone to like pests or spider mites. And I have a lot of plants, within my room and just in the crib in general. I'm really a preventative type of guy. So like, I'm not even trying to see it. I got this shit like the neem oil to spray them down and kill it. But I just try to be like, yo, there ain't no reason these niggas ever gonna come fuck around with my plants. So I'm like, I don't need no motherfucking critters in my shit. So
big facts.
I just keep everything up, and I don't mind it.
There's a life analogy in there somewhere. I don't need no critters in my life.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, it's so crazy. Like, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
The big facts. Same thing. Yeah.
So I'll just be tending to them like that. But yeah, like 10-15 minutes a day, just rotate them joints. Sometimes it'd be facing one side, just boom, rotate it, little bit like that. But I was gonna say right before you hadn't even mentioned plans, just regarding how the week went.
Yeah.
Definitely that daylight savings hour.
That shit fucked me up, bro. Days were going by
me up
slow.
A little bit. I was like, damn.
I think that's why. I think that's why when I said I felt like a little less productive, I think that's why. Just because like I spent a lot of time just like staring at the clock or just like wondering. Like thinking it was a different time than it actually was, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, time definitely like slowed down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And I don't know what it is, bro, with the thing with the days getting darker. Like when it gets darker early, it's a little. I'm like, damn, like no, there's still a lot
of daytime
this day left. It is 4 o'clock. Like,
not facts. Like I think dog, I took a nap yesterday.
Get you early, like
nigga. I took a nap yesterday, like around 5. And I woke up, it was pitch black. And I thought it was like 8, 9 o'clock. And it was like, you know what I'm saying, 6:30. You know what I'm saying? Like it was wild.
I'm good. I need to shake this off now and get productive again. Like still got a whole night.
It's gonna take it's gonna maybe this week is gonna be another week like that. But it's funny because this always happens around like daylight savings time. Like it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to.
Like the weekend recalibration.
But another thing that was cool that happened this week, bro, is so we talked about that little Halloween skit that we shot last week.
Fucking cool, y'all.
Right around this time last week.
To see a little
and something. We got it for you guys. We got it for you guys to watch. And let's just get right into it. It came out pretty dope. It's not the whole thing. We just got, you know what I'm saying, little snippets for you.
Preview, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Here it go.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you, bruh.
You scary as hell.
Fuck you. How the hell you spook the Queen of Halloween, my guy? Like,
nah, you're not that anymore. You're not that anymore.
First of all, you won't take that back. Second of all, you ain't ever gonna tell nobody that happened. Third of all,
I'm telling everybody.
If you do,
I'm telling everybody.
That's it for you.
Right.
Guess somebody wants to die tonight, huh?
You're right.
Party spooky, party time. Woo! Spooky.
You are way too hype. You're way too hype. Relax a little bit.
Do you know what the fuck day it is? First of all, ain't nobody ever too hyped for this. Second of all, where's your costume?
I'm wearing my costume. That mask that scared the shit out of you, that's my costume.
We said we was never gonna mention that again.
Alright.
I'm all alone. There's nobody beside gross me. What you got in here, buddy? Not a damn fucking thing. bucket of candy. Hell yeah. Mac? Mac? I know I saw this door shut 2 seconds ago. Mac? Macadelic? Mac? Nobody's fucking here and you need to get here now. Where are you? No, I'm not fucking paranoid. You always think I'm paranoid. I'm serious. Oh, I didn't know you order Uber Eats. Well, they never fucking knocked yet. No, stop. Just kidding. They just knocked. Yeah, you might be right. I might be a little paranoid. Okay, the Uber is here. Yes. But. It's you in 5 minutes. Asshole. Hello? I know something ain't fucking right.
Oh, so
yeah, that joint was tough.
I really like that.
Yeah. I think that joint came out really fire.
We have to do this shit way more.
Yeah, we got to get into the habit of doing this shit often.
Next Christmas, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh yeah, this Christmas. Yeah. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. There's some stories there.
We should just be known for monthly.
I got like a fucking dining. I got like a dining room set up.
Oh, bro.
At my crib.
Nah. Let's do it.
We could do some kind of dinner table type shit.
I'm trying to tell you.
But that was hard. I was just, even while I was watching that joint, I was telling Brooke, like, Asia's a good ass actress, dog. Like, she knows, especially in these type of things, in these type of joints. I always be telling her, like, we gotta figure out if she can do like the drama. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. 100%. I've only ever seen her be funny, but she's great in funny stuff.
Exactly.
Like she's got like control over her like facial expressions and her
100%.
like and her like whole like body movements and stuff like that in a way that I didn't notice that like was a thing until like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I was, even when we were shooting, I was like, dog, like I be smiling and I don't even feel it when I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a lot of like things. Yeah.
And just like I was telling you too, it's like, it's a real skill to like embody that whom you're trying to act. You know what I'm saying? You got to leave who the fuck you are.
Yeah, leave them
at the door. Like,
yeah, that's big facts.
That's not you. So like,
or that's not what we need here.
Exactly. Sometimes, right, you'll align. Like your character is like kind of like who you are.
And sometimes you have to bring your own personal like experience to make it make sense.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, like acting is really like we're really in the realm of imagination. Yeah, and you really can't box yourself in. Like, you know what I'm saying? That would actually be counterproductive to what we're trying to do. Yeah. So she really did that shit. And shout out TJ even for the debut. His shadow.
Yeah, TJ. Yeah, really, TJ Shadow was killing it. Shadow was killing it. Nigga was moving. Nigga was moving at all the right times. Even like when we were actually shooting it. Like it's not like we had to often tell him like TJ move at this time. Like because he was in role. He was just like moving like a big facts. Big facts. This nigga was creeping. You know what I'm saying? Creeping. But that joint was definitely tough.
100%, Brody.
Yeah, that joint was tough.
Yo, yesterday, bro,
it was good.
I was about to say I had fun watching. I would just tune into my MetaTrader every now and then, and I was happy to see Bitcoin is just under $16,000.
Bitcoin's jumping.
Bitcoin's
jumping right now.
It's kind of crazy because I remember when us two, we would used to have, our conversations pertaining to crypto. Yeah. When we just got our feet wet with it, and I guess this was around early 2018, and that's the last time it was at its all-time high at 20K. And here we are about two and a half, almost 3 years removed and kind of looking like deja vu. But, crypto, it looks like crypto's here to stay.
It looks like crypto is here to stay. It looks like it is here to stay.
PayPal adoption as well.
Yeah. Really crazy. It looks like it's here to stay, but it's also like still so it's still it's like it's always going to be that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that I think it's a good sign that all these like Cash Apps and PayPals and Venmos are all like starting to like implement transacting crypto into their platforms. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Not even a good sign. It's a great sign. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And then even, you know, I'm hearing that like, you know, banks are starting to figure out a way to like try to get their foot into the game and all that type of stuff.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's how crypto is really, I feel, is gaining a real like significance and like global traction within the world, because, you know, a lot of things we take for granted just living in this, you know, are in terms of living in America and US in this first world society, and banks are it's just a given, like in terms of, you know, that's where you put your funds at, you know, your checking, savings, retirement funds, all of that. But, you know, sometimes we got to be cognizant of terms of like the whole world. There's a lot of people that don't bank, period.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Don't
like,
have access to it.
But I still have a family to provide for and all of that, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So now enter these mobile devices. And now with our mobile devices being able to become our actual mobile banking systems, people are, you know, just banking with themselves or banking through apps.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't necessarily have to be into the like this little constituency, like a financial constituency. And a lot of times in terms of like other countries, them just be corrupt as fuck. So like, why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I even risk any of my funds that I worked for? So like even in that aspect as well too, it's like it's really like a real alternative in terms of people that really need something convenient or don't want to get taxed out the ass. Like, so it's very interesting just to see how things are developing, and then for it to like coincide with, you know, this elections and just looking at all these stocks and shit. Now everybody into peeping these stocks and shit.
Yeah, as soon as I feel like even
I'm like, this is dope. This is dope.
Yeah,
but
like
sometimes it feels cyclical too. Like, is
this
like a thing? Like, boom. When
it's funny that you brought in. So like the cryptos, the cryptos has always been like speculative. People are like, you're, you know, if you consider yourself forward thinking, you're in there,
right.
Or at least trying to figure it out,
right.
But also with these apps as well, like implementing trading stocks, like Cash App allows 100%. You to purchase stocks right in the app,
100%.
And so like
try to make it less foreign.
Yeah. Like, and I was saying like people, I was literally about to say like, okay, even in that world, like it's like Forex, stocks, cryptos, like everyone's kind of playing now, but like it is kind of like, okay, it's starting to become like trendy, like do y'all actually know what y'all are doing here? And not that I care, I really don't care if you do. Like I try to do, like I'm like, you know, I know what I know, and I try to read up on things that I read up on. So I'm like, are people doing this to be trendy or whatever? And that's kind of what I was saying like before, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. Like when I invest, it's kind of like I'm investing for the future. Like I'm not looking at what the cryptos are doing every day. I'm not looking at what the fucking especially the the regular you know, S&P 500 stock market type thing. I'm not looking at that every day, because that shit is literally none of my business. It's just gonna give me anxiety seeing it go up and down. But it does go like it's made to go up and down. Like that's all it does. So I'm of the mindset that okay, it's cool that these things are becoming like mainstream, because the accessibility is the thing that kind of like shied people away from even getting to know about it.
100%.
On the crypto front, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like I kind of, not to say that I gave up on crypto, but like there was a time when I was like checking my Coinbase every day, and then it went to like I haven't checked it in like 4 months. You know what I'm saying? And then even when so I just like purchased a house, and even when I was like doing that, I unloaded a lot of my Bitcoin, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Now I'm looking like I should have held but I unloaded a lot of it because I wanted like the liquid bread. You know what I'm saying? And I told myself like later down the line I'll get back what I had. You know what I'm saying? But now it's going up, and now it's not the time to buy if you're me. You know what I'm saying? Like but the thing about Bitcoin back then, and even probably what's gonna happen now, is like when it goes up, it don't go back down to what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of it stabilizes at a new low. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes higher, maybe you know when another big thing happens.
Exactly, bro. That's what I think. That's one thing that I've tried to stay true to, like principles, and that's basically what you're touching on. Really, you're principled in the way that you're like, I'm playing the long game.
Yeah,
I understand that people play a much shorter game. You can play the day-to-day game. You can play the swing game. You can play it by week. You could play by month. You know what I'm saying? But it's really just in terms of what your mind's comfortable with and what's the tasks that you have on a daily basis anyway.
Yeah, like what are you trying to accomplish?
This is not conducive to me to be trying to make bread by the day, and I have this, that, and the third, because this would require all of my time then.
Yeah.
And I don't have it. So let me just do my technicals and invest long term. So, you know, nobody can really knock you for that at all, for sure. That's a smart way to go about it. But yeah, it's kind of crazy too, because just how you said, like, oh damn, maybe this is not the right time. Like, yeah, now you're right. Like, now when you start seeing these little bull runs or whatnot, it's kind of, again, you kind of have to wait for the stability.
Yeah, you do
have to wait for the
right now is the
you
instinct
be jumping in when it's the getting is good. No.
Yeah, because because like that's when people feel like this is the time when people feel like they're out. I'm out. I'm like it's gonna keep going up. So let me just get in now and get some of the gains that. But it's like you're really not gonna like. By the time you realize that it's gaining, and people are talking about it, it's probably going to stable out sooner than it is going to like continue to grow. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the fact that it's at 16K right now, no, that's great. That's great news. Because the thing is, when it goes back down to like 9, 10,
then you will know that's significant.
Yeah, I'll go. Then I'll, you know what I'm saying? I'll get back in, and then I'll just, because like this is kind of the lesson for me. It's like, also, it's not a lesson. I didn't like, you know, it's whatever. Yeah, it's not like I lost 20 stacks. Like, you know, so I probably lost $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But the thing is, like, when I went into Bitcoin in like 3 years ago, and then when I cashed out earlier this year, like I came up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because in that 3-year period, Bitcoin exploded. I will never, ever get over not selling when Bitcoin was like actually like in the 20s. Because I remember seeing like 15 racks in my Coinbase account after putting in like $800. You know what I'm saying? And then it went down, and like it went down to like maybe 2 racks. You know, it went from like I saw like a 14 to 15K decrease in my account just because I was like, let's see how high this goes, and then that shit crashed like nothing ever before.
That's exactly.
And then I was like, fuck, like it's never gonna get back to that. You know what I'm saying? So I just started looking at it like, all right, whatever, it's just never gonna get back to that. You know what I'm saying?
And even to that mentality as well too. Now I just tell people, it's like, look, you don't have to be so dead set. Like, don't get emotional when it comes to investing, right? Don't marry, Bitcoin, I gotta get Bitcoin. Like, no, man. Like, look, always look at price entries for whatever it is that you want to invest in. So I'm not gonna even get into too much advice. I'm not a fucking financial advisor by no means, but let's just say, for instance, you're working with a certain amount of funds. Like, you have $1,000. You know Bitcoin is worth 15.5 right now. Why the fuck would you invest in Bitcoin? Like, we're not trading. Now, that's totally different. If you're coming into the market and you want to trade and you have $1,000 portfolio, very different. You can work out. But you're investing, like, you should look at some assets like maybe like a Ripple, where it's 25 cents to get in.
Yeah.
Now you have more purchasing power within that within the coin itself.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that would behoove you in terms of, and you can even get more of a profit just because the price that you're entering in. Whereas opposed to Bitcoin, nigga, you come in with 1,000, you're getting 1/16 of a Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that won't be valuable either.
Yeah, I think it's more about
the, you know,
I don't think it's about the size. I think it's, for me, it's more about like the dollar amount that is invested. So like, I don't care. So like, I never owned a Bitcoin. So that's, I don't necessarily care to. Like, I care about the cash value of the Bitcoin, you know, of like what's in my portfolio. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? So the
16th of $100,000 Bitcoin is 16K.
16K. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly right. So with me, I like when we get into those like altcoins and those smaller worth coins, like those are the ones that I'm kind of like, because like you know what I'm saying, like we're trying to, like, it's not even that we're trying to figure out if we accept cryptocurrency. We're trying to figure out if we accept Bitcoin, because sometimes for some people they don't even know cryptocurrency, they know Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? So it's like obviously Bitcoin making it will make it, I don't know if it's going to be easier for the other coins, but it'll make the underlying principles behind what Bitcoin is easier to accept and understand. You know what I'm saying? It's leading the way. So when we get to like the altcoins, I have no altcoins other than Ether, and I don't even know if I still have Ether. I think I got a little bit of Ether.
I don't view Ethereum as an
coin,
as an altcoin,
as an altcoin.
As a major coin.
Oh, it's a major. Oh no, okay. Oh, so altcoins would be like
altcoins would be the
really small ones. Okay,
exactly. And
so like Ether and Light, those are not
literally
alts.
the major. So the major coins right now. You have Bitcoin.
Mhm.
You have Bitcoin Cash.
Mhm.
You have Ethereum.
Yeah.
You have Ripple.
Litecoin
as well. So and for major coins, I guess you could also call them major alts, because altcoins is that's a whole nother pool of a whole bunch of these crypto projects.
TJ saying Bitcoin is a dinosaur technology. Are you saying it's old, or it's like the biggest one? It's like the biggest one, because it's not, because if he's saying XRP is it.
Yeah.
What's XRP?
XRP.
Get me hit.
Ripple.
So Ripple. Okay. Ripple. Yeah, Ripple. No, so I've heard those. I've heard that.
So,
but I feel like Bit is the one that, like, if any of them are gonna do anything, like Bit are the ones that like the 70-year-olds might get on board with today.
I put it like this. You view it like this, right? Bitcoin, why you can feel good about it, right? Adoption. So mainstream adoption in terms of where you're seeing it at, that can make you feel very good. And also because it's the gold standard of the crypto shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so boom. All right,
that's what I'm saying. So it's the one that, like, yeah, I know we like to like push out the older folks, like push them out, but I feel like it's the one that they'll accept today
100%
over 100%. Like Ripple or
so. Like exactly, so like, or like something like Ripple. The thing about Ripple, why I even bring it up, never mind the price point. There's cryptos that you could get in for a penny, even less than that. So if you wanted to come up, like, you could get in here and you could get a lot of this coin. Fuck that. I'd be more so thinking of Ripple, like, look at all of the developments and partnerships with global banks that they have already, and their price point is exactly.
Okay.
So that's how I'll view things at. So I'm like, if you have over 40 partnerships with major banks around the world, yet your price point is still where it's at, I like to use these little fundamental developments. Do I think this will be priced this as we keep moving forward? And then another thing that also makes me feel good is stability of coins. So if a coin can maintain a price for a long period of time, that could let me know it's like, all right, cool.
Like, so maintain the same price.
Because then this lets you know at bare minimum, it's a good storage of the bread. Like it's not fluctuating.
Okay.
So from those two alone, basically what's happening in the real world in terms of partnerships and developments within the company, and then versus what's still its current price point. You're like, do I think it's undervalued now? So that's how I'm thinking. Is it undervalued or overvalued? More as opposed, more so than I could flip if this gets to from 24. Oh, this gets to $10. Like, oh my gosh, like that's the But so I view it in terms of that. But like back to what you were saying though. Bitcoin is definitely the gold standard, and it's not going anywhere. And the market, as of now, maybe things could change, but as of now, it really dictates the movement in terms of anything else.
Yeah,
nothing really kind of veers away. It's like, oh, that shit's doing its own thing.
I don't even be hearing about, like, when we talk about like mainstream news. And the only reason I bring that up is because like that's what's going to be that's what's going to be the acceptability of the general public. You know what I'm saying? It's not that like that's what I use to make my moves, but no, it's like that's the gauge of where the general public is, and they don't even be talking about motherfucking anything else but Bitcoin. Like if they're talking cryptos, they're talking Bit. You know what I'm saying?
One thing that I've seen too, in terms of like an ability of a society to transition at the nick of a dime, you know what I'm saying, is like one thing this COVID taught me is like people will transition when they see that it's like, yo, this is what we have to do, or this.
When you're given no choice, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like look at even like it's crazy to say that like working remotely and schooling remotely in 2020 is now becoming like a thing where it's like, okay, like let's learn how to do this.
Homeschooling.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of folks are like, you know what? I work.
I'll just teach my kids from school. I'm gonna have this own little curriculum even in addition to the American curriculum, you already got problems with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, already families are like, fuck this thing that you're teaching my kids.
A lot of parents have given me insight to like how their households be now in terms of this. What is it called? Zoom. Zoom. Zoom schooling. And shit. They're like, this shit is like. My kid don't be paying attention. Like, how do you expect kids to really retain and apply information from the screen,
the same place that they watch TV and play video games.
The same screen.
With the same screen. They're like, I close this tab and put some other shit on. That's a big fact.
It's kind of like, and then we also have to even think about the other side too, to the teachers, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to the teachers that not are just necessarily doing this shit for a check, but really are trying to teach the kids and really know how important their role is too. Like, that's challenging as fuck to keep your attention span here and try to teach you what the fuck I got to teach you about. And a lot of the times, teachers are not even necessarily going. Majority of the times, you're going by curriculums that's given to you. This is not even like, maybe you might know a way to maybe make it
interesting,
a little bit more interesting,
make it
or anything.
More factual or whatever.
That's what you have to do. Like, your enthusiasm as a teacher. That's what you would have to do to make it retain. Ain't nobody gonna be like, oh, make this shit more. No, this is this is the curriculum. Show them that shit. Make them
put it in their head.
Make sure that the curve, the grades are good. Like, maybe around, like, shit like that.
It's like, just take here's the information. Make sure it ends up inside their head.
And it's kind of crazy, because then shit kind of becomes like participatory, as opposed to like, no, like, you gotta make sure they learn it, understand it, and shit like that.
You know what's funny, bro?
On both sides.
That's kind of a great point, because like, I think back to when I was learning, when I was in school, bro. Like, did you ever have any like favorite teachers? Or like teachers? No one that's like, not even anyone that's like, I was best friends with this teacher, but just like a teacher that was like, oh no, this person kind of changed the trajectory of my like educational life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had some teachers like that. And I just think about, because the thing is, I know teachers now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and more what I'm saying by that is like, the type of person that you got to be a teacher is not like, the bar can be low. Like, it's not like it's like they kind of take who wants to do it. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to a situation where you don't have anything to do, you might just wander in to get a teaching job.
Sometimes, like, man, this is a crazy job that they gave you.
So I'd be like, you really, for the people who actually like really cared about teaching. Like, I basically am saying that I remember having teachers that like, oh no, like, this is what their calling was. You know what I'm saying? Like, they felt like this is what their calling was. And honestly, I had a lot of older teachers back in the day. Like, I feel like these days there's a lot more younger teachers. Am I tripping off that? Like, I feel like there's way more younger teachers these days.
And it's funny that you even you mentioned that too, like, just in terms of like how teachers that are really passionate about what they did stick out to me now. They might not necessarily have been the teachers I liked.
No. That's kind of more.
Also, what's very
favorite
funny,
teacher was the wrong thing, because that's what it's more like. It's not like so much you were my favorite, but it's now that I look at you, it's like you were one of the best teachers, though. You were one of the best teachers I had.
I had this one teacher. His name was Mr. Vilazak, and it was funny, bro. He was like a literal encyclopedia. He was boring as shit, though.
Yeah.
Bro,
but he knew everything.
When he started talking about some shit, like, he was a history teacher. When he started talking about some shit, like, he really knew it. Bro, you can see his face. Like, he's like, yo, like, and then, I'm like, this is crazy. And like, what I mean by human encyclopedia, he could literally name you like every coach a sports franchise ever had, like from the conception of the franchise, like any sport. Stupid. Like the Lakers, the Minneapolis Lakers when they're in 1950, and the coach was then, like,
that's
bro,
stupid.
What, you know what I'm saying? And then another teacher, Mr. Swope. I remember, again, like, smart ass. Sometimes
it's like middle school, high school.
This is high school. These are high school.
Okay.
Again, some smart ass would blow me sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, I'll be like, this nigga's smart as shit. Like, it would blow me. That I was like, damn, this nigga's witty as fuck. Kinda blows me. You know
I had some really solid teachers.
Psychology too. So I was like, I was prone. I was like, okay, let me pay attention to this shit.
And I was and that's kind of why I be thinking like, kids are assholes, man, because
it's a cruel place.
Like, it's a very interesting thing when you're like dedicating your time to doing something and the people on the receiving end don't even care. They give no fucks, bro.
And I'll be feeling that too. Now sometimes I'll be feeling, I'm like, I'm not teaching, but I've that feeling.
There's instances where like the teachers there's instances where you're trying to get a message across, or like you're even just communicating with somebody who just doesn't get it, and then they don't even want to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Want to get it,
and they think, and like I think about when I was a kid, like I thought I was right. I thought I knew everything, You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at my teachers like, dog, like there's nothing you can tell me, bro. Like like you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be doing this when I'm your age.
My
like,
experience validates.
Yeah, my
experience
you have no idea what I'm going through. You couldn't even fathom. And then I'd be doing shit like going to the KDY game, like doing the KDY stuff, interacting with those kids. I'd be like, dog, like y'all look at me how I look. I mean, I don't know how they look at me. They probably think I'm cool. I don't know. But fucking like, I know that when I was that age, like, no, it doesn't matter what you were saying. Like, if you weren't like one of my niggas, I was not listening, bro. Like, it didn't matter what you had to say, bro. Right. So no, that's a big thing.
That's a good perspective to also have too, because it also enables you to be a better communicator, because you're seeing both sides of the shit. And you like, look, and I was just having this talk with my boy too. Sometimes what's more important than, you know, the message that you're trying to get across is the vehicle in which that message is traveling.
That's a big fact.
That shit means everything. It's all about how you give it up.
Yeah.
That can literally turn somebody off, and somebody can literally cling on to their ignorant ways and not hear you out, just literally because of how you approach,
just because of who you are to them, or just because of who you are to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's funny, bro?
You can't help that latter though. The one that you mentioned, like who you are to them, I guess you can't change that.
You can't change it. Yeah.
You know, I am who I am to you, I guess. And that's why you're either prone to want to listen to what I have to say or not, you know?
That's a big fact. This actually kind of brings me to a question that I've like kind of been thinking about over the last few days. I figure I ask you, if you could tell your high school self something, like a word of advice, what would it be?
Bro, literally, it would be like a 1-2 punch type of saying. Like, it's you have to be your best friend in this shit. You have to be confident when yourself, like, and keep striving. And like, what I would have just told myself is like to be my own best friend more. Like, I was very critical of myself, very critical in terms of like oh, you got to get better type shit, but not even just acknowledging like even the
like
little
that you were good at certain things, or like
exactly. And then doubt, just letting doubt overcome crazy and like feeding into literal, like it was worrying about shit that was there was not. I just created fear. I created worry and like thrived in this worry. And then as and then shortly after high school like started to finish, I was like, yo, this shit won't serve me. This won't do me good at all with now these other things that I want to do and everything. And it kind of shows itself in high school, but it's like, it's high school. Like you don't,
it can be masked or not even, it doesn't like, weigh so much.
Like basketball, like I put mad hours into basketball. I still be balling. I love basketball, you know? But even back then, I put so much time into basketball. Like when it would be time to show out, you know what I'm saying? The games and all this shit, I'd be up in my head like a bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like, I literally be like, dog, I'm the best ball. Like, I'm But like, boom, when it came, I started thinking and shit didn't become a reaction. Other stuff. It don't become a reaction thing. It's just, you're making things that's supposed to flow and natural. You're making it technical. There's nothing. Don't get technical about it. You can get technical when you're
practicing
or practicing or evaluating. Afterwards. Then you could get technical with your shit. But when you're in it, you kind of just gotta be in the flow and learn to like that self-talk and less negative self-talk.
More positive self-talk.
I would tell myself to be my friend for sure more. You know what I'm saying? Be way more, because now like I have. These are things that I don't have necessarily problems at, but at the same time, I could have been fortifying it all this time. You know what I'm saying?
That's big facts.
Definitely, I definitely would have said that, bro. Would have what?
Yeah,
made it
that's big facts.
World of difference. I might even be like some NBA shit right now. Just
I think about, bro. I think about, when it comes to high school sports in particular. It's really about like what you believe. I mean, not even just high school, any intramural, younger, like when you're like a kid, sports, like it comes down to like what you believe. If you believe you're like one of the best players on the team,
you are.
Yeah, you are. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the other kids are probably looking to like, who's the best player here? They're probably sizing up like, who's the best player here? They're probably not going to claim that. You know what I'm saying? So like when I think about, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the teams that I played on when I was growing up, a lot of the people who were the best players on the teams were like also the loudest players, or like also like the cockiest players. You know what I'm saying? Not like confident, but like cocky. You know what I'm saying? And then even some of the people who were like, okay, they weren't so loud, they were just more like actually putting in work. They still had some kind of like confidence about them. even like
Sometimes you would
walking
think
through the
somebody- you would
hallways.
think somebody was cocky just the way they moved. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't say anything. Why
Yeah.
you think? And niggas be like, I don't like
Exactly.
I don't like how this nigga move.
Exactly. So like a nigga like me, when I was young, like I was because like I was always skinny. I was like not overly tall. Like I was like average height, skinny.
Right.
So like I'm just always like I didn't look like no like athlete. So like when I pull up to any kind of like thing, I'm looking at like who looks like the most athletic person here. You know what I'm saying? Like kids are doing that.
Right.
So like amongst kids, if you just claim like I am, the other kids will probably just be okay. Like they'll accept it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That answers my question. You know what I'm saying? So like that was that. But yeah, so I think that's big. It's a big key.
100%.
Me, I've thought about this question, like I said. If I could tell myself something if I could tell my high school self something, it would be something along the lines of it's not cool to not try hard and to like appear as if you don't have to try hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not cool. Like I used to think like
and to add to, like,
showing
to act
effort,
like you don't care,
and to act that's actually more accurate.
When you do though, like
when you care about
but
something,
like,
it's not cool to act
right.
like you don't care about
That's
that
real.
thing.
That's
Where
real, bro.
I used to
That's
do
real.
that all the time,
That's so
and
real,
it kind of
I'll
goes
tell
into
you how
sports.
real it
It kind
is.
of goes into sports.
That's
I
so real.
wanted to be one of the best players on the team, and when I was like by myself, I worked my ass off. I would practice all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, it got to a point
Right.
like once I became like in high school, and I realized like, oh no, like I'm only going to be as good as I put in after
You're like,
the work
okay,
that I
right.
put in.
Say
You know
less.
what I'm saying?
Say
When I was in
less.
like middle school, elementary school, it's like I just go
Yeah,
to practice
right,
and then I play then and then whatever. But like when I was like in high school,
To get
I
better
would
now.
act like I wasn't. Yeah, like I would act like, oh, like I'm not going home to
Right,
go
whole
run
time.
hills. Like you know what I'm saying? Like oh, like everybody's going to go
Trying to
party.
be
Like
cool,
yeah, I'll go do that.
cool, like,
Yeah, like I would, and then even with like schoolwork, like I was always you know, because of the family that I was raised in, like I had to get good grades, but it was not easy for me to get good grades.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would have to work hard to get like B's, and you know, like I would get A's just off the strength of my work ethic, but like I had to work hard for like B's and C's and A's. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had a lot of homies who didn't. You know what I'm saying? So everybody would be talking like they're not studying, talking like they're not going to, like they're not doing homework, all this type of stuff.
Right.
I would actually not study and not do homework and things like that. And then when my grades would drop and my homies wouldn't, I'd be like, what's going on? But then even in the moments, because like I said, like that wasn't actually just like acceptable in my house. So like if I get a C, then I have to bring that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So like I would actually have to study and I would actually have to do homework. I would go after class and see like teachers and stuff like that. But like I would hide it, bro. Like I would hide it. It was like, it was embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? But it's not so much that that's like the thing. The thing that is like the underlying problem is that took up so much of my like time and my mental like capacity of like kind of living like double lives in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to be one way but not being. And then also another thing was I was
trying to appear one way when the whole time this is taxing.
Yeah.
This is
You know
taxing.
what I'm saying?
Trying to be cool with it and shit.
And I would also say though, I would definitely say the confidence thing is a big thing too. Like I would like dog, the amount of girls I could have had when I was young, like I like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I did okay. But like it was because like, you know, I was just, I don't know. Like I oh my God. I was so shy when it came to shorties, but dog, like when I was like young. But I mean also when I was around my homies, I had a certain level of confidence. You know what I'm saying? When I was around my homies. But like one-on-one situation, I was shy as fuck. Like niggas would be like, we would be in the mall, niggas would be like, go talk to that girl. My heart would be racing. You know what I'm saying? Like racing. When it's like, dog, like confidence is literally just like a self-talk thing. Like it's like, dog, like it's okay. Like even if she don't even fuck with you, it's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 100%. I'm 100% that way now. Like 100%. I'm okay when people, man or woman, if they're not my vibe, it's okay, bro. Like it's okay. Cause I felt like even with making friends back then too, I was also like, I hope this person likes me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was very much that kind of person where it's like, nah, like that's not necessary.
Yeah, because it's also that shit comes with also like an understanding of self too, and like an understanding of your place in the world. Like, bro, if this is not my vibe, my vibe over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
find
I'm
it.
not-
I'll find
It's
it.
all good. You know what I'm saying? So
Or I'll attract it. I'm more of like I'll attract
exactly,
it. Like I
Like,
don't
it
need
will
I
come
don't
about.
need people like I don't need to go be chasing people. I just
That's a
don't.
fact.
Like
No.
I got enough people in my life.
I
You know what I'm
ironically find
saying?
myself in spaces where I'm around the people I wanted to be with.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just in that space because you cultivated the space. So it's exactly what you're talking about, the attract. Like,
Yeah.
cultivated the space for people to be right here. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like we all sharing mutual interest, or we all on the same type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. No, I think those are the things that I would say. But there's also like so many things I would tell my high school self. Like
A lot. That's like off top. I say if I told myself that, a lot of shit could have counteracted. Like even a lot of things that I would say. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Like,
other
boom,
things
just
would
off
have
of
fell
that.
in line. You know what I'm saying?
Self-esteem, confidence, boom, and the willingness to really like think big,
Yeah,
think big, man.
Yeah, think
like,
big
you
and
know,
like believe in yourself
and be pragmatic about shit. But no, literally though, think big, because a
Yeah.
lot of shit it's just a matter of like teamwork make the dream work. Like you can make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the first thing you have to literally conceive it. Like, how can you make something happen that you didn't even think for yourself you can make happen?
Or it's something that you don't believe. Like that's the thing. Like to me, and this really translates these days is like I don't take for I don't kind of take people who do amazing things as like not people.
Right.
If that makes sense. Whereas I used to do that. Like I used to look at like Jay-Z as not like the same species as me.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like niggas like Lil Wayne, I used to look at them as like, like that's not a person. That's like that's a person that was built to rap and like do it in an exceptional level. And even outside of rapping, I don't even know if they exist. Like, I don't even know if they pay taxes. I don't even know if they like go to the grocery store. I don't even know if they like, I don't even know if they went to school. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be looking at niggas like they don't do things that like other human beings do when they're like in that realm. Right. But like, nah, everybody's human, dog. Like everybody. So now I look at people as like, oh, you did that, and I look up to that. How did you do it? Let me know, because I'm gonna either not do it the same way, but I'm gonna apply it to my life. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to know like what did your life look like before you started doing the thing that you're known for? You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's when you start. That's when you start looking at things differently, when you're observing the behaviors of those people. So people are. No,
it's the behaviors. You gotta dig into how people do this, because the thing is, you dig in, you'll realize they're fucking human, but you'll realize they're human, bro. Like that's why I fuck with the Tim Ferriss podcast, because he interviews niggas like LeBron James, Jamie Foxx, like all these high performers, but he'll ask them like, bro, like what do you do when you first wake up in the morning? Like what do you eat for breakfast? Like what's it like humanizes their everyday activities so that you know that like, nah, these niggas are human too. They do human things. But the thing is, the thing for me is when you hear them answer a question and the answer is the exact same answer you have, like, oh motherfucker, I eat waffles for breakfast too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, like I could go build a I can go build a business. You know what I'm saying? Like even like how I started the show talking about like, oh damn, I'm doing 3 live shows a week. That's crazy. I look up to, not that I look up to, but like I've been following a lot of Dame Dash and stuff like that. So like I'd be like, bro, like he does the same thing. He just shoots a lot of shit. He has somebody edit the shit and he puts the shit out. Like
he has a whole
he got a whole streaming platform.
Subscribe to it for a year.
Bro, like, but it's like he's not doing anything I can't do, and he's not even doing anything that I don't do. You know what I'm saying? He's just applying it in a way that I have to learn about if I want to be where he is. So like I think about that for everything, bro. Like I don't like when I get on like Twitter and stuff like that and people talk about people like they're not people. Like people talk about like, oh, this celebrity did this and like this celebrity did that, even when they're bad things. Because the thing is, like, bro, like we all do bad things, or we all do things that we're not like necessarily proud of. But like we don't all get condemned for it because everybody don't care so much about us. So but the thing is, the thing is, just because someone's under the scope doesn't mean you can't afford them the same level of like humanity or like empathy for like why they may have done it. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? If it turns you off, you don't have to keep fucking with them. But don't like condemn them like they're not human and they don't make mistakes or they're not allowed to make mistakes or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I think but like for the negative and the positive, I think it works both ways. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Understanding someone's human will also allow you to to strive to achieve extraordinary things and actually make you believe that you can.
100%, 100%, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, we wrapping up on our last. We got like about 5 minutes to go for the hour. Gonna give y'all an hour, man.
Right, man.
Anything you got going on this weekend? Anything or today even?
Going on this weekend or today? You know how this question always goes, bro. I always just have, like,
shoot, edit, repeat,
brain fart, and I'm just like, but yeah, I know exactly what's gonna go. Yeah, I'm going to edit. Might do a little Uber Eats today. What else? I feel like there's something slipping me by. Had to reschedule a shoot with my boy, Alki tomorrow, Alexandria, Virginia. Shout out to him. His rap name is the El Alquimisto.
Okay.
Alchemisto.
Okay.
Yeah. He's dope. He's dope as shit, bro. I've definitely been shooting a lot of music visuals for some Latino artists.
Okay.
And that shit is
they get into that
fire.
Latin trap.
Yeah, bro. It's really fire too.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
do that.
Just to be ingratiated that culture and shit like
Hell yeah.
that. See how it goes. It's really cool. It's really cool to shoot. And then like I began a whole breakdown to like get the English lyrics for shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, bet. All right.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
you need that. Do you need that?
I just like I didn't know what it meant.
Do you need the context to help with the video?
It helps.
Okay.
It helps. So like, do you need it to make the video? No, I can make the video without it. You know, how the shit drops and all of that. It's the same.
Yeah, it's music.
Let me know what it is,
Yeah.
and then I can storytell. I would much rather love to go conceptual route as opposed to all right, boom, 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 boom. Oh, did you know he was saying that right there? So shit like that.
Big facts.
Doing that, finishing up this website or what else? Trying to get shit. It's the holidays. I always like to drop. You know, for the holiday season, projects.
Nigga dropped a Christmas song last year that went nuts.
I dropped the little project.
I remember the whole you dropped the whole project?
The whole project, bro. I dropped the 4-song project, and I did the bonus track, which was the 4th song, was the classic holidays that I had shot at your studio.
Okay, yeah, that's the joint that I'm talking about.
It's crazy. It's 2 years ago.
Oh, that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Oh, damn, that's stupid.
It's a family classic.
It's funny, bro, because like I got the melody in my head too. It's like I don't remember the words, but
I didn't get to shoot a visual for last year's shit, but I did drop a project.
That shit was funny. I remember I like reposted it and like 4 people, like people don't even like when I drop my music, people don't even hit me up. But like when I reposted your joint, people was hitting me up like, oh no, this joint is tough.
Hey bro, it's so funny because I was ironically one of the days that I actually hit you like a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to shoot. I was actually trying to shoot for one of those
for a Christmas joint.
So
you already thinking about it.
Yeah, so like I'm definitely gonna make a new project for this season, but I'm definitely gonna shoot to some of them songs from last year because them songs were fucking. I was literally like rapping, like I was rapping. So I was like, I gotta do a little visual to this shit.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, the holidays are coming up.
Yeah, man. It's just easy content. Like I feel like those are
content.
easy ways to make content. We're like, I bet this is the vibe. This is what everybody's on. This
is top of mind. People are at least going to look at it to see what it's about.
Exactly. Like I'm not forcing myself. I actually think it's fun. I like doing shit like that. Like how we did Halloween.
Me too. Yeah. I also like
cool.
I love doing that.
Let's do some Thanksgiving shit.
When it's like when it's Halloween, I love to do some Halloween themed stuff. When it's Christmas, I love to do
buzz content.
100%.
I want to keep it bet.
Yeah. But yeah, man, my weekend is pretty chill too. Same thing. Working, shooting, editing. Definitely got some new merchandise dropping, some new clothes this weekend. Got some
some Nation
good crews.
You got some Nation hoodies dropping?
Some good and any hood joints. The little crew sweaters, they're gonna drop this week. Yeah, this weekend.
Is it a restock or is it a new design?
No, it's a new design.
Wow,
it's a new design. I got them
put
here.
It up on the screen.
Let me see. Let me see if I got it.
Just gotta show the people.
I think I have a joint. Let me see. Yeah. But yeah, so we doing that, and
that's tough.
What else is going on this weekend? I don't know, man. I got so much editing to get done.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Stay in a life consistent.
I got so much editing to get done, but.
Man, I got these.
Yeah, these are them.
Mock-ups.
Yeah, Nigga got mad. Like
Okay.
it's crazy to look at my computer these days and be like, this is my life,
so
bro. Like
right
I'm a designer, bro. Like
that's lit.
a designer in all kind of things. Like not even just like I just be designing, but like
bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I got graphics and I got a folder full of graphics. I got a fucking folder full of fucking like video assets. I got a folder full of instrumentals for videos.
Right.
So yeah. So these are them. These are the joints I think everybody can see. So yeah, these joints dropping this weekend. They're available by the time y'all hear this, they're available, bro. So go ahead and
good to
you know
hear.
what I'm saying, look at that. But yeah, all right, man. So I don't got nothing else. You got anything else?
Don't, man. Everybody have a blessed weekend. Stay productive.
Yeah, man. If you guys are here, please subscribe to It's Nation TV. Also, Brooke, what's your YouTube?
My YouTube
Brooke
is
Facile?
Brooke Facile Productions. Yeah, if you just type in Brooke
Brooke
Facile,
Facile.
you'll get it.
Subscribe to that YouTube. Follow us on
Appreciate
all of the
y'all.
places. Itsnation.com. Brooke Facile. Yeah, man. And then we'll see y'all next week.
Early.
Yeah.
Early.